relevant authorities for permission and so on for what we're planning. First of all, Bubba Greg, what is the plan for Thursday? Let's start with Thursday.
Okay, Thursday we'll be gathering at the Ward Theatre.
Let me just interrupt you, sorry, and welcome to the studio from the Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress, our brother, Priest Bailey. Welcome, my brother.
Yes, blessed love and peace.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, Thursday we'll be gathering at the Ward Theatre at 1 o'clock, and we are hoping to start the march at 1:45. We'll be encircling St. William's Grand Park and then en route to Sutton Street, at the corner of Sutton Street and Duke Street, because there is a scheduled premises, the Garden House. We are restricted to a 200-meter area. So we'll be holding a silent demonstration there, silent protest with placards, banners.
200 meters away from
200 meters
from
at the corner of Sutton and Duke Street.
A silent protest.
For half an hour.
For half an hour.
In reflecting on the silent justice that these people has been doing for over these past.
And Sister
years.
Anita, you're nodding there. And what are we saying to persons who are going to be part of that silent protest? What is it? I mean, because here we're saying a silent protest. What do we expect from persons who are coming, who are going to be there for that half an hour?
Well, Sister Andrea, we really do expect a big presence. And I think numbers speak for itself. We want placards to show exactly where we're coming from or where we want to go. So therefore, we're asking ones and ones who are coming, come, be visual, be loud, but in a silent way. Because you don't have to shout to be heard. Sometimes silence, the volume of the silence is so loud, it can move mountains. And that's what we're trying for.
Amuta, if we are to... Yeah, go ahead.
I try to figure out if we shouldn't start 12 o'clock. Because if we start 1 and there in a garden to house, then we're there. We're going to reach up there so like 3-4 o'clock.
You mean up by
yeah, in Mandela Park. You know what I mean? Like the time gap between starting down Mandela Ward Theatre and up there, the possibilities that we're going to reach up there 4 or 5 o'clock.
No, the motorcade is what we're going to utilize.
Yeah, I know, but if you say we start 1...
Half an hour at Garden House.
If we start 1 o'clock, what time you say we're going to start? If we start 1:45, by the time we move from Ward Theatre to reach the Garden House.
We're meeting at 1 and moving off at 1:45.
Right.
Yeah, that may I say, if we move at 1:45 and we're there in a Garden House for half hour.
All right, in the interest of time, Muta, we can move on with some of the discussions and work out the timing issue a little bit later, because we have just under half an hour before we wrap up the segment of the program.
Okay.
But in terms of the silent protest, we hear Sister Anita say, come loud, but come silent. Muta, you want to reiterate or underscore what that silence means?
There's no reiteration. She said sweet. I love how she said poetically, come loud but come silent. You know what I mean? It is sweet.
What we're saying to the brothers and the sisters who are going to turn up, understanding that this is a demonstration, and even though we've said a silent protest, a demonstration is not usually silent in Jamaica. I don't think I've ever seen a silent protest in Jamaica.
I want the people them who hear this to tell them, friend, that if them taking part in it, no say, zip your mouth. We don't want someone to be silent and someone for making noise. It's not so it works. We make noise up a Mandela Park.
As we welcome to the studio, Sister Isis and Rasta Kura. We never begin. Thank you for coming in, Rasta Kura. Sister Isis has joined us. And is this Rasta Caleb? You reach me, brother? Goodness gracious, since yesterday, no. Rasta Caleb from the Rastafari Youth Initiative. All right, in the studio with us. Yes, go ahead, Bob.
No, I say the emphasis is going to be the banners and the placards in that silent protest.
The emphasis will?
No, the emphasis.
Oh, the emphasis.
Yeah,
will be the banners and the placards.
That's right, just loud and silent.
Yes. Bring the banners, bring the placards, because we are pushing even to have outside media coverage of this event, with live.
Not just IRFN,
not just other media, the television,
but local and international media.
International media coverage.
All right. Okay, so
has to be visible.
So from that international media.
International media coverage.
All right. Okay, so
has to be visible.
So from that half an hour silent protest in front of Garden House, the time will tell you whether it's 12 or 1 before it's too late. And then to where?
Well, we just moving the march in front of the two ministries up by Duke Street National Hero Circle. That's in front of Ministries of Education and Finance. We hope to deliver a letter at the Ministry of Education to continue a process that's already in place. You know, we can discuss that further.
All right, and so you're moving from, give us a route. So it's from...
It's from Duke Street, straight up Duke Street, yes. National Hero Circle, onto the park. Then we start the motorcade after we pass the Ministry of Finance. And then the motorcade will travel us Morrisco Road, halfway Chi Road, straight onto a direct route.
So those vehicles will be where to start the motorcade if we're walking?
We hope it will be at the Hero Circle Park. You have some park place right there, so we can coordinate that effort right around that segment and just go up straight up Morrisco Road. That way we can have a smooth transaction going straight.
All right, just keep listening to the media over the week too, because we're going to be reiterating this. Muta is here, Jerry's here, Isis is here, Professor Vereen Shepherd is listening, I'm sure, and who else we're leaving out?
Sister P will be there,
yes, and will also be there. So just keep listening, and then across area from Ron Moshet, Elise Kelly, and so on, you'll be getting information as to what the route is. But just to say, the meeting place is at
Ward Theatre, 1 o'clock.
Ward Theatre. And he says we're still saying 1 o'clock, and you're saying meet at 12.
Let's just Ward Theatre, the meeting place.
The meeting place is at Ward Theatre. Meet there at 12. And from Ward Theatre to
we're going to march around the St. William's Grand Park. Then we're going to do the silent protest at the corner of Duke and Sutton Street. Then we march up Duke Street onto National Heroes Circle and meet at the National Heroes Park, where we transact the motorcade from there straight into the Mandela Park.
Morrisco Road.
Up Morrisco Road, halfway Tree Road, Maxfield Park Avenue, Eastwood Park Road, Odin Avenue, Mandela Park.
Yes, Vasquez.
Yeah. Yes, Sister Andrea. You see, the silent protest, you see, one of the things we need in a silent protest is the multitude, the people. And this is really concerning not only Rastafari, you know what I mean? Because, we look and see what is going on, So what we need and what we're asking for is that we want to see our brothers and sisters there for this cause. Tivoli cause, Coral Garden, back to Hockey Walk. You know what I mean?
And Jerry, I know that you're standing now, but one of the things that you have been stressing, both when we get together and on your own program, is that, and as to underscore what Ras Kremlin is saying, that this is, while this is about, it is being couched in the Coral Gardens and the period of the Coral Gardens, because this is when it happens, 50 years, that the issue of land is relevant. We hear Ras Kremlin saying, this is not just about Rasta, this is about Jamaican people. You have been very, very painstakingly telling us that this also has to do with the issue of land. And this is why this is relevant to all of Jamaica.
Yeah, all Jamaican, especially African Jamaican, slavery was not just about a slave trade, it was about a land grab. After you grab the land, you need some people to work it. That is what slavery was about, a land grab all over the world. And the land grab land us where we are now, here. Then now, some of the African refuse to be subdued, and then fight the British to a standstill, and they were given some land inside of Jamaica, an independent nation, the Maroon. But when they were given that, they were separated from the rest of the people in a deal. The same kind of deal that Bunting got on a Savlamar got try and make with the fireman them. Say, separate yourself from the rest of the people, because them people always lick out against you, fireman. So now, the Maroon was a great freedom fighter example, but they gradually get separated from us in a deal. The same deal that formed the police force in 1867. Say, separate from the people and situate, say, no more Paul Bogle, no more Stony Gut. The Rastafarian now rise up in 1927, 28, 29, 30 as the next set of brave willing to show the people them say, we are not bowing under this colonial land grabbers when named the royal family of Britain. And the Rastafarian proceed to capture land all over Jamaica because we are owed land. We are owed land in Africa and we are owed the whole of Jamaica. We are owed land all over Africa and we are owed land in Jamaica. And from 1930, Rastafarian proceed to capture land and live peacefully and agriculturally. Bustamante in 1954 move on behalf of the British and dismantle one of the greatest communal scene amongst Rastafari will develop an economy because you cannot allow these people to have a large piece of land like the Maroons and having an economy. And Bustamante mashed down Pinnacle in 1964. By 10-year time, Bustamante get back the government and mash down some people in a land dispute down in a Montego Bay to show people say nobody try grab no land. And them say these people is the only brave set of people in Jamaica because the Maroon is now subdued. Mash them down all over Jamaica in 1963 because they're showing a bad example of grabbing land. And 1963 was followed by 1966 because a lot of Rastafarian was sympathetic to the PNP and to Dudley Thompson and some other people like that who just come from Africa. And them full up Bakawal and West Kingston. And Bustamante government, along with Siaga, one of the main ones, say we have to mash down West Kingston and grab it back as a land grab to some people who are loyal to it. And they mash down West Kingston and distribute, move with the Rastaman, them the African, the UNIA people, the Back to Africa people from down in West Kingston and build a place then as an army headquarters for them part of the GLP. And what them do in 1963, this government here now is worse than the government of 1967-68 under Ushira. They are doing worse. Ushira will follow Bustamante till him dead and say, shoot first and ask question later. Is it terrible? Well, this government is more so, and the two part of them.
And it's important to put that in historical context. Thank you very much for doing that, Jerry, because it brings home out, and this is very, very important as we go out on Thursday, as we head to Montego Bay on Friday, Saturday, and then again on Sunday morning. And by the way, it's Thursday, March 28, what we know as Holy Thursday in Jamaica. This is a day of the march. It's important as we go to the silent protest, as we march, as we participate in the motorcade and the rally, that we understand that the systematic injustice being meted out to Jamaican people, it didn't start...
The different levels.
Yes, there are many different... And it's an ongoing situation.
Yes.
Where does it end, is the question, as we march on Thursday.
Well, what happened now, I don't know if it's going to end on Thursday, but we know, say, it's going to bring about a new beginning in the consciousness of the people, because this is the first time, because Kingston is the capital, you know, I mean, the remembrance is always kept in Montego Bay. Now it is from Montego Bay to Kingston now. So it's a different thing this now. That whereas Montego Bay for years is where it's decentralized. Now we're decentralizing it. We're carrying it now to Kingston, and Kingston is the center of activity. Kingston is where most of the people them who we feel is able to...
It is a seat of oppression.
Put it in them brains. Can really figure it out. You know, and that's really what it needs to do. It needs some figuring out.
Garden House is a seat of oppression. Isis is sitting beside him. My sister Isis, greetings.
Greetings.
Thanks for coming in.
You're welcome.
Looking forward to the the week ahead, Holy Thursday. Your initial thoughts on this, especially on this day, this International Day for the Right to the Truth concerning gross human rights violations and for the dignity of victims.
First of all, greetings again, and greetings to the family. It is no coincidence that we're actually meeting again on this day, on the airwaves, and also when we meet at 11 o'clock
at Pro 5.
At Pro 5. It is no coincidence.